Hello everyone, welcome to 2021. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and I wish you a very happy New Year. Hopefully it turns out to be better than 2020. We can only hope. My name is DC Wood. Welcome to the Arrowverse reviews, and now I am reviewing Supergirl Season 3. Right, sit-rep. Christmas was really lovely. I'm glad I was able to share it with my family this time around. Of course, not everybody has been so fortunate because the pandemic is still ongoing. Hopefully, with the way vaccines are progressing, maybe one day the coronavirus crisis can finally be brought to an end. Work has been tough. I'm still working throughout the latest lockdown here in the UK. Let's keep going. Stay safe, everyone. In terms of Arrowverse viewing, I recently finished Black Lightning Season 3. The only season I've got to catch up on now is Stargirl Season 1, which I'm looking forward to. Now let's discuss Supergirl's third season. Supergirl Season 3 premiered on the 9th of October 2017 and concluded on the 18th of June 2018 after 23 episodes. At the end of Season 2, Supergirl saved the world, defeated Queen Rhea and repelled the Daxamite invasion, but the victory cost her the man she loved, Mon-El. Now overwhelmed by all the tragedies she's endured, the Girl of Steel has completely shunned her identity of Kara Danvers and thrown herself completely into solely being Supergirl. Her family and friends all fear for Kara's mental state and well-being, but a greater threat is on the horizon, one that can destroy even the Girl of Steel, the entire world. She will reign. Normally, when these DC superhero shows hit their third season, cracks start to show and they run out of steam after peaking so early on. A third season usually signifies a great decline for a once great show. That is not the case with Supergirl's third season. It's another decided improvement for this show. Supergirl continued to get progressively better with each season before it's creatively peaked with Season 4. As always, Melissa Benoist remains impeccable in the title role, and Kara receives even more wonderful development. Immediately in the season premiere, The Girl of Steel, we see Kara at her lowest ebb. No longer is she the sunny, optimistic Girl of Steel that we all know and love. We see Kara that has become cold, alone, and utterly devoted to her mission. Now, this kind of dark turn is what ruined The Flash Season 3 for me, but unlike that particular Arrowverse entry, Supergirl's third season doesn't lose sight of its light. Kara here is weary after everything she's endured, and her loved ones are trying to help her back to herself. Kara's certainly trying to find herself again. The theme of the season is humanity, with Kara trying to reconcile both her Kryptonian and human selves. It's also clear and wonderfully written throughout. Along Kara's journey in Season 3, she encounters challenges she never has before. Triggers is a great episode where she struggles against the villain Psy and is forced to relive the horrors of losing Krypton, her parents, and Mon-El as well. All her losses really hit home here. And then there's The Fateful, where Kara has to deal with a cult of followers led by Thomas Coville, who worship her so much that they believe Supergirl is a god. With her tragedies, faith, humanity, mental health, and rediscovery all being explored, it makes Kara Danvers' journey as engaging as ever. Another plus in Season 3 is the Danvers sisters. Once again, the relationship between Kara and Alex has always been the heart of this show. It was beautifully realised back in Season 1, and although there were still some really wonderful moments in Season 2, Kara and Alex was somewhat put on the back burner for season 2. For season 3, the Danvers sisters' relationship once again receives full focus and amazing development. As always, Melissa Benoist and Kyla Lee live their roles and have such chemistry with each other. Alex again receives such fantastic development when she realises she wants to have children, but her girlfriend Maggie Sawyer, Floriana Lima, doesn't. And once more, Kara is there for Alex, and of course, vice versa. The episode Midvale is one of season 3's highlights for exploring Kara and Alex's childhood and how they became so close when Kara was adopted into the Danvers family after she arrived on Earth. What else is there? The special effects and choreography remain as fantastic as ever at this point in time. The pacing across 23 episodes is overall very good. All the supporting cast get plenty more to do. David Harewood's Jean Jones again is one of the best things about this show. In season 3, his story arc revolves around his reunion with his long-lost father, portrayed by Carl Lumley himself, who, aside from being an alias, was also the voice of the Martian Manhunter in the DC animated universe. It's a great story arc for Jean, and Miriam himself is a great character. Katie McGrath is promoted to series regular as Lena Luthor, which is brilliant. Jeremy Jordan remains as ace as ever as Win. It's sad that we have to say goodbye to Jeremy Jordan, who leaves the show at the end of season 3, but he's given the exit that he deserves. Micard Brooks finally gets a great storyline in Supergirl as he develops a relationship with Lena. Chris Wood is back as Mon-El, who is a much better character this time around. Chris remains as charming and charismatic as ever, but Mon-El himself receives a major overhaul, becoming a true hero and founder of the Legion of Superheroes, who actually arrives in Supergirl. Of course, there is the love triangle subplot between Kara, Mon-El, and his new wife, Imra Ardeen, Saturn Girl, aka Amy Jackson. These things are usually so tedious in these DCCW shows, but this one's actually tolerable, with Kara, Mon-El, and Imra all behaving like mature adults. What could have been another tiresome cliche, it's actually okay. Of course, we also get the brilliant Jesse Rath debuting as Brainiac 5. There's lots of good consistency. And of course, there's Crisis on Earth X, the amazing crossover between Supergirl, Arrow, Flash, and Legends. This is still a milestone for the Arrowverse. It's better than that Justice League film, and it's worthy of the best MCU films. Crisis on Earth X is a triumph, and this time around, Supergirl actually plays a pivotal role in the event. Not just the character, but the show. And Kara and Alex both receive major development in the crossover as a result of all this. Other things, Kara finally discovers that her mother Allura is actually alive, and that Argo City survived Krypton's destruction. In the final moments of season 3 this happens. It really tugs at our heartstrings here, and even though the role has been recast, Erica Durant's Lois Lane from Smallville is a worthy successor for Laura Benanti. The relationship between Kara and Lena also develops well. It takes an interesting turn for season 4. And finally, there's Reign. Supergirl has always struggled in the past to deliver villains that are worthy of the hero. Season 2 improved in that department, but here in season 3 we actually get a big bad that not only comes across as a grave challenge for the Girl of Steel, but a three-dimensional character as well. Radically different from her comics counterpart, Reign is a fearsome and tragic villain sent to Earth from a dying Krypton when she was a baby, adopted, named Samantha Arias, and becoming a single mother. She has no idea of her heritage or the dark designs that await her, and Reign's origins build up beautifully towards the inevitable showdown with Kara. Odette Annabelle is fantastic in the role, portraying this Jekyll and Hyde split personality effortlessly. She forms great relationships with Kara, Alex, and Lena, and is a hardworking, wonderful mother. In contrast, Reign is not just a virtually unstoppable monster. She's a world killer, determined to bring justice and rebuild the world by any means necessary. If there's a code to reign, it's buried deep within. And when we get to the mid-season finale, we're genuinely terrified for Kara when she arrives for the fight of her life. Supergirl's been defeated before, but she's always bounced back and never looked weak. Here, in what's perhaps the greatest, most brutal and most well-directed fight in the entire show, Supergirl is dominated by Reign, who continues to be developed as the greatest villain in the show at this point in time. The whole Reign world killer plot grows even more terrifying, and it should have ended with the big bang it deserved. But alas... The problem with Season 3 is that it does run out of steam towards the end. Battles Lost and Won is a good, solid finale which sees Supergirl finally triumph over Reign, make peace with Mon-El, reconcile her past and accept her humanity, but it's not epic. The finales of previous seasons reached those epic, exciting climaxes we expected. Season 3, it merely settles for, that's fine, next, and as such, it comes across as a bit of a letdown. Another issue is that in the last few episodes of Supergirl Season 3, the show really loses its focus on the World Killer plot, not just with that cult of witches and their leader Serena being such a shallow villain, but also with real-life issues being creatively mishandled here. Normally, shows like Supergirl cover this stuff fine, but in the episode Not Kansas, an episode which should have focused on Kara's struggles adjusting to life back on Argo City, a subplot on gun control dominates the episode. When Arrow tackled the subject of gun control in Season 5's Spectre of a Gun, that episode was devoted to the subject, and at least it provided development for Renee Ramirez. Here in Not Kansas, it was just shoehorned into an episode that didn't need it. Other problems include capitalist baddie Morgan Edge. When Adrian Pazda was cast, I was excited because I loved seeing him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but despite Adrian being as great as ever on screen, Morgan Edge is just another utterly lame villain. He even manages to be even worse than Season 1's Maxwell Lord. It's also unfortunate that we have to say goodbye to Floriana Lima and Maggie Sawyer in Season 3. Maggie was a great character in Season 2, and Floriana herself was such a welcome addition to the cast. She immediately felt like part of the family, and she still feels so in the first 5 episodes of Season 3. I know that Floriana wanted to move on to other roles, hence her departure from Supergirl, and she gets a departure that's respectful to Alex and Maggie's relationship, but it's still a shame that Maggie left. Supergirl, frankly, hasn't been the same without her. It's just like Cat Grant, and although Callista Flockhart makes a brilliant cameo appearance in the season premiere to explain her absence and give her a great exit as well, I do hope that Cat Grant comes back at least one more time for Supergirl's 6th and final season later on this year. And finally, although Season 3 is another decided improvement for Supergirl, I just felt like the show was yet to realise its true potential. But overall, despite the criticisms, Supergirl Season 3 is another great outing in the Arrowverse, thanks to the lead, the supporting cast, great consistency and heart, and a major plus with Reign being undisputably the show's best villain at this point in time. Supergirl was still yet to touch the absolute heights that the other shows had reached, but unlike Arrow and The Flash, Supergirl hadn't plummeted to the pits either. It just remained steady, great, and the ending promised an even mightier Season 4. My overall rating, yeah, very good, 8 out of 10. So, what did you guys think of Supergirl Season 3? Please discuss in the comments below. Please click like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for your support. It means the world to me. Next on my list for review is going to be The Flash Season 4. As always, please stay safe wherever you are around the world. See you again soon.